This is Margaret. Today I'm doing the chart of Queen Elizabeth II, the second. So she's born because she's Taurus, I'm doing a lot of Taurus charts this month. So we're in Taurus. She was born April 21st, right on the cusp of Taurus, 1926 in Mayfair, England. So Queen Elizabeth has the sun in Taurus. She's a very earthy woman. The sun is in Taurus, Capricorn ascendant. So Capricorn is power, authority. She's the queen. She's born into a monarchy. So, and her moon is in Leo, very regal, very, very regal. Her placement, her moon and Neptune are both in Leo in the seventh house of personal relationships. So, so that is royalty, and they're in square to Saturn in Scorpio. So that's again authority. She was born into authority, royalty. Saturn in Scorpio. And her manner may seem detached to some people, and that is because, well, Aquarians can have an air of detachment about them. So her first house is very Aquarian, although she has Capricorn on the ascendant. And her sun, she looks like her sun. Frequently, Taurus people can be identified as sort of short and stocky. So that's sort of her build. So she looks like a Taurus very much. The earth sign would give her practicality, great practicality. But the detachment, if she shows an air of detachment, that would come from her Aquarius first house. She has Mars in Aquarius and Jupiter. So it's like an air of detachment regarding certain matters that people might perceive her that way, but that's just who she is. And Mars is in Aquarius. Mars is action, will, vitality. And she is in charge of groups, a lot of different groups and territories and everything else. So Mars is conjunct Jupiter, planet of good luck, good fortune. So she was born into this monarchy, and has to rule with certain air of detachment. So that's where the Aquarius comes in. And so some people might perceive the queen as not caring, but she does care very, very deeply because she has so much water. So much water. So that's just her Aquarian air that may appear that way. But she has Venus in Pisces. I mean, Venus in Pisces it's exalted in Pisces, and they care. They're so overly sensitive. They care about everything, and so that's in her. She has an enormous first house. Venus in Pisces is in her first house as well. So she has to be detached, and at the same time, she's very sensitive as well, but she can't really show it at times. Her Mercury is in Aries, very direct, forceful communication. Her Uranus is in the second house. So her Uranus is also in Pisces. So yeah, there's just been a lot of changeability for her, of course, in her life, regarding her assets, her communication. It's very close to her Mercury. Uranus is 27 degrees Pisces, and Mercury is, well, not really, it's not. Mercury is 4 degrees Aries, so 27 degrees Pisces And Venus in Pisces, she feels extremely deeply, but I believe she can't show it, you know. And Capricorns can appear aloof and sometimes a little cold, but she does have a very strong feeling nature, because one of the first things I saw was her sixth house, and it's in Cancer. She has the North Node in Cancer, what she's destined to do in this lifetime. She's the mother of a nation and territories, and mother of the monarchy, and she also has Pluto, so she rules with an iron fist. Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, so it's in the sixth house of work and health. It's in a water house, so she feels extremely intensely. I mean, she really, really felt, you know, when Princess Diana passed away, and, you know, they must have had a very strong connection, although she may not have always showed it. It was there because Diana was a Cancer, and because the Queen Elizabeth has Venus in Pisces, they feel everything. They feel everything. But the Capricorn can, you know, sometimes appear cold and aloof, and Aquarius is definitely a detached, air of detachment. Um, so, but she, you know, she has good fortune. Anyway, she was born into this family. So her North Node and Pluto, she was destined to be born into this royal family and to carry on the monarchy. It's in Cancer, so that would be, you know, um, the Queen Mum. Um, and it's trining Pisces, so she has enormous feelings, although she cannot show them. She also has Saturn in Scorpio. Those feelings run very deep, but they, at the same time, could appear somewhat reserved. You know, again, she can't always show them. You know, um, but they're there. They are there, and she has endured a lot of loss. You know, in her family, and that would be Saturn in um, in Scorpio. So that would be, of course, inheritance, inheriting the throne, and being born into royalty. You know, Saturn in the ninth house in Scorpio on the MC. So she's had a very very um, hard. I would say it's not. I would say hard, a hard life. Um, but she can rule with an iron fist because of the moon in Leo. That's fire. She's got some very strong fire, the moon and Neptune. And they're squaring Saturn, so they're both fixed signs. Leo is fixed and Scorpio is fixed. So when she is determined and she makes up her mind or makes a decree, you know, she's very fixed about it, very fixed, and can appear stubborn and unmovable, unmovable, and that would be Saturn in Scorpio. I mean, her word is law. You know, her word is law. So she is the authority. That's what it is. She is the authority in Scorpio. But because they're squaring, you know, Saturn in Scorpio on the midheaven is squaring her seventh house Leo, seventh house Moon and Neptune in Leo. Yeah, she can appear very sort of fixed and unbending, and you know, of course, that's the, the royal, the regal bearing that she has as well. You know, um, her her rule, it's her rule. You know. Also, she has Saturn. Her Saturn in Scorpio is squaring Jupiter and Mars in the first house. So there has been a lot of loss and hardship. Um, in her life, through, you know, male figures in her life, maybe separation. I don't know the Queen's whole history. I really don't. Um, yeah, so the marriage to Prince Philip, I believe he was from Greece. Could be Neptune. It's the ruler of Pisces, so that would be a foreign country, and she is ruler over, sovereign over foreign countries as well. Ruler. Um, so her sun in Taurus. She looks like her sun in Taurus. Her communication's very direct, impulsive, like an Aries, forceful, but she can at times appear unyielding, unbending, but she is the queen. But that doesn't mean she doesn't have feeling, because she does feel very deeply. But again, to repeat myself, Aquarians really do give off a detached air. They're great with groups, but when it comes to the personal family or those most intimate to them, they don't always necessarily show it. And they can sometimes seem maybe cold and aloof. Um, yeah, so I'm just going to keep this brief. I just kind of went around her wheel. So in fire, fixed fire, she can be very stubborn, and Taurus as well. They are very stubborn and fixed. That's a fixed sign. So she has a lot of fixed. She really has a lot of fixed going on. So she does have an extremely strong will, can seem unbendable at times, but she also has a heart, and she does yield on occasion, you know. Um, yeah, she does yield on occasion, but she has been taught to, be reserved and you know, and appears aloof, but so anyway, I was talking about her fixed planets. Yeah, that's an extremely strong will and extremely stubborn and unyielding. When a fixed sign of Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio, all three fixed signs, she's unbending. So when she makes a decree, that's it. That's it. And for her to bend and change her mind is a big deal. But she does have feelings, because she does have some very, very strong water. And there's a beautiful trine between her Uranus in Pisces. And, well, I don't know if it's that beautiful. But there's a trine between Uranus in Pisces and Saturn in Scorpio. So there's just been a lot of transformation in her life, a lot of probably hardship, separation, unexpected events that she has had to process and deal with. So she's very, very strong woman and queen. Very strong woman and queen, but she does have enormous water. I'm going to break down her elements. Her fixed fire is, well, actually, Aries is cardinal fire. So she has Mercury, planet of communication, very direct, impulsive, to the point. Aries is, that's how they communicate. And Moon and Neptune are in Leo, fixed Leo. Very strong will, very strong will. And so the hat thing, she loves hats. I know that's an English thing, wearing hats, but Aries, uh, her sun is on the cusp of Aries and Taurus. I mean, she looks like a Taurus, but Aries is ruled by the head, so that, adorning your head with hats. Um, that just occurred to me. The hat thing could be Sun and Mercury in Aries. Well, actually, the sun's. Let me check her sun. Her sun is 0 degrees Taurus, so that's a critical degree. That's a signature of royalty. She has many signatures, of course, but that's one of them. So that's. I just thought, I don't know. That just came to me, the hat thing. But 0 degrees, so yeah, she critical degree. She was meant to be the authority in communication, and the third house is, family and cousins and communication and assets. So they were handed down. Um, her air is how she presents. So how she presents is what you first see about her. Probably is the Capricorn. Capricorn. You see the Sun in Taurus. Her physical stature. Um, Capricorn, just dominant businesswoman, queen. Authority. But Capricorns can be all work and no play. I mean, they have such an enormous sense of duty, and that's ingrained in her. This enormous, enormous sense of duty that she was called to do. Called to do. It's her body of work, and so because Pluto and the North Node are in her sixth house of work in Cancer, she has had to suppress her feelings a lot, and her feelings about maybe women in her life that she loved a lot and maybe passed away, and that she, um, can't always express. Um, so yeah, her first appearance may seem aloof because Capricorns aren't known to be all touchy feely. They're just not. They're more about work, and authority, and practical and business minded, and it's cardinal. It's a cardinal angle. Um, And Aquarius is fixed. It's fixed too. Wow. Yeah, she's pretty much all fixed. She's almost all fixed. So you're not going to change the queen's mind. Yeah, she's determined, very determined. So Aquarius is fixed as well. Then she has Mars and Jupiter in Aquarius. So yeah, she can, Mars gives her aggression. Extremely strong will, and of course, Jupiter is expansion, and good luck. It's a benefic, the great benefic, but it's fixed as well. So almost all her planets are fixed. Um, Cardinal is uh, Mercury. Mercury in Aries is cardinal, and the ascendant Earth is the cardinal angle. Cardinal. So where cardinal, you see more action, cardinal angles. Um, and Pluto and Neptune are cardinal as well in Cancer. So yeah, she, it just seems like she's seen a lot of loss and transformation, and has had to suppress it. Just looking at her water planets, because she has to rule. She has to rule. Uh, and yeah, so her Earth, when I was doing the modalities, yeah. So she's totally fixed. I mean, Moon, Neptune, Mars, Jupiter, Sun, the MC, the midheaven, and Saturn are all fixed. Very stubborn, rigid, determined. She's the queen. She's the queen. Mutable is like, that's the Pisces. Like, it's very hard to change her mind, but she does have a heart. I mean, Venus in Pisces has an enormous heart, and Uranus in Pisces is changeable. It's changeable. Sudden, unexpected events that probably tore her heart out, and she had to process, which could be very difficult, having Saturn in Scorpio in your midheaven and having to process these deep feelings. Um, in public, would be, on the MC, being in the public eye. That, that could be very difficult for her. So, Yeah, and so that's the only mutable she has, and it's her water. But it's not all her water. She had Scorpio too, but that was very fixed, determined joint finances. So I mean, yeah. So mutable was water, and cardinal, also cardinal. I said was her ascendant, Capricorn ascendant. So she's like double Earth, you know. She's Taurus Sun, Capricorn ascendant, and her moon is Leo, the Queen Mom. Um, yeah. So we're kind of jumping around here. Yeah. So her Earth. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was just doing the modalities. Okay. So her water. I'm just going to break down her elements. I did the modalities. Yeah, it's just the majority are fixed. She has a few cardinal, and the only mutable water she has the Pisces. So the fire is Mercury in Aries, and the moon Neptune. She rules in the seventh house of partnerships, relationships, personal relationships. So, um, and Leo is the heart. You know, Leo is ruled by the heart. So um, she rules with compassion. Neptune would be compassion, and the moon would be sensitivity, but at the same time be very fixed and uh, in charge. Leo is very strong fire, very strong fire. Um, yeah, and her air, she presents with her air. So some people have accused her of being detached, but you know, I already explained that Mars and Jupiter in Aquarius. So she is in charge of a lot of groups, you know, the monarchy. Earth is the ascendant and the sun. That's how she presents. Very practical, earthy, down to earth. Uh, maybe a little stubborn. You know, that would be fixed. Cardinal, though, on Cardinal Capricorn on an earth sign is that's where a lot of action is. Um, so her water, yeah, her water is Pluto, the North Node. So she was born to be destined to be queen in in her work. But with Pluto there, a lot of transformation through her work. You know, maybe a lot of hardship, and I already talked about that. And there definitely was. So also she has Saturn and the MC. That's her authority. That's her regal royalty. And also Venus and Uranus in Pisces. So very watery. The Queen has a very strong heart. It's probably why she's lived so long. Yeah, I don't know how old she is now, but she has, because Leo is ruled by the heart, and she does have the moon in Leo. And they love fashion as well. So that could be the hat thing as well. You know, they like to be fashionable. Uh, so, anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.